Hello lovely student, welcome to English with Awais Malik. In this video, we are going to discuss about another and very important topic, that is reading. In this video, we discuss about what is reading and why it is very important for English learning process. So without wasting your time, let's start the video. So students, as you know that there are a few skills which help us to improve our learning skills as well. If we talk about the speaking skill, we need to work on our speaking. If we talk about the reading skills, so we just need to work on our reading. And what is reading? As we know that reading is basically a process through which we familiarize ourselves, through which we recognize words and try to read it, try to understand the pronunciation of those words, and try to understand the other formats of the words which help us to improving our English speaking and writing as well. So reading is very important because it helps us to make sentences, it helps us to get a lot of vocabulary, it will be help us to familiarize and recognize the words that you ever don't know about them. So when you start reading, you get a lot of benefits from it. Reading is a very key and a very useful skill which helps you to improve your English learning process. Also, it helps you to remove, and also it is very useful to make another track of your learning process of English speaking, writing, reading and listening as well. So, reading is very key. So, the first thing that I will going to discuss with you people and importance of the reading, that is reading is a very useful tool which will be help us to reduce the stress. As a speaker, as a writer of English, we just always feel the stress in a difficulty that how can I get a words, how can I use these words, and how can I arrange these words in a certain formats. But when you start reading, it will reduce your stress and it will also give you encourage, it will improve your confidence levels and which will be helpful for your reducing stress. So stress is the first and important that which reading help us to reducing it, and then we use it for another purpose as well. So after the stress, the second point is that reading is basically is a brain improving process. Through reading, you will be able to improve your schematizing skill. Through this reading, you will be able to improve your braining activities, which will be helpful for you for the production of words, for the understanding of words, for the recognitions of the words. So the second points and the things that we get from reading, that is it help us to reduce and it help us to improve our braining activities. A third, and that is very important, come after the third point, that is also very important. But first we see the third point, and third point is that how can you understand the words? Through readings, you will be gets a lot of words. Through reading, you will be familiarized, you will be recognized, you will be formalized different words that you ever don't know about them. So through reading, you will be able to get a lot of words. Through reading, you will be able to work and you will be able to improve your wording memory. How much words you have and how much the power and how can you use those words for the purpose of other things that you want to work on it. So the third point is means that you will be able to get some words, you will be able to improve your wording arrangements, you will be improve your wording things that you want to get from the words. Fourth point, that is also very important because reading is a very useful for improving your sentence structure. If you start reading, you will be introduce yourself with the different phrases, you will introduce yourself with the different clauses and sentences as well. So when you start reading, you will get a lot of the structures of sentence making. Those structures will help you to improve your learning levels about English learning. Through reading, you will be able to get and familiarize a different paragraphs, and then you utilize those clauses, you utilize those phrases and sentences for the production and for making those types of paragraphs. So reading will help you, reading will be very useful for you for the production of making sentences. Fifth step, that is also very important because this is relevant also your brain, because this is a very key for English learning process that you get with the help of reading. So what is the next step? That is about vocabulary. That is about vocabulary. Reading is a very useful tool, is a very initiatively and a very progressive tools for the production of improving your vocabulary level. If you want to improve your vocabulary, you have to start reading. If you start reading, you get a lot of words. As I already said that you also get a lot of phrases, clauses and sentences as well. So through reading, you will be able to improve your vocabulary, and then you utilize those vocabulary, those words for the production of sentences, for the production of phrases and clauses, and also utilize those sentences, those words, those paragraphs, those clauses and phrases as well for the improvement of your speaking. So the next step is about speaking. If you start reading, you will be able to improve your speaking level, because when you start read, you also will be listen something. So when you start reading loudly, you listen certain words, and this will help you how to improve your pronunciation, how to improve your listening skills as well. So we can also say that reading is very useful for improving our listening skill. So when we summarize all these things, we just get out that if you want to improve our speaking, if you want to improve our listening, and more importantly, if you want to improve our writing as well, one thing that we have to do, one action and one activity that we have to work on it, and that is reading. That is reading. If you read a lot, you will be able to speak better. If you read a lot, you will be able to write in a better and appropriate and efficient way. If you read a lot, you will be improve your listening skill as well. So this is about all today video, and that is about reading. I hope so you will be get a lot of motivation from this video about reading. So start reading and start watching this channel for more video about the English basic learnings. Thank you so much.